Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the 5th of the month. It's the 5th of the month or whatever. And that's true. It is the 5th of the month. It's April 5th, 2026. And it's Easter morning. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your holiday. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. Some people woke up at like 4 a.m. this morning to go freaking watch the sunrise. Shout out to you guys. And Easter is pretty cool because that's when Jesus did the most unthinkable. You know what I mean? Because like he died, right? And they put him to rest, right? They put him in that freaking box, in that Flintstone bed. You know what I mean? That stonage. And, Jesus rose up again, He was like, hey, you can't put me down. I'll rise up when I want. And he did it so cold, because he was down in the grave for like 3 days. And then he popped up on him. He's like the original Undertaker or whatever. So that's kind of cool. But not to get like super religious or anything, but that's what I believe in. That's what Easter means to me. So I thought I'd give a quick second to shout out Jesus in my own special way, And yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoy your holiday and stuff like that. But and however that you do it. But it's episode 15, which is kind of cool. 15 weeks of constant grind and getting after it. So I appreciate everybody who's been on the road with me, who's been kind of just on the journey with me, kind of building this thing up, and everybody who's contributing. But yeah, it's 15. It's kind of a cool number, right? So I thought we might do something a little different, right? We might do something that, it's just, we shake it up a little differently. So I was on YouTube the other day and I was, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was watching a video, maybe some entertainment movie or whatever. And I came across this beat, bro. And I thought I'd play the beat. Cause it's one of those beats that's like, it's just G-funk with it. You know what I mean? It's one of those fucking player vibes, And it inspired me to, maybe kick a little freestyle for you guys. So watch, check it out. Check out this beat real quick. Yeah, so this that beat you pull up in a lowrider in, You got your woman with you and you're trying to flex on them, trying to show her off to the world, So I thought I'd kick a little freestyle for the pod one time. Look, yo, look, hey, is that your bitch? Damn, why she leaving with Vince? Hey, is that your bitch? Shit, damn, she leaving with Vince. Look, I'm a player, baby. You can't tie me down. There's way too many bitches loving me when I'm in town. Create motion from the pod. These bitches want my bod all because I act a little odd. Yeah, and I'm funny too. Bitch, I'm really him in every way. They get to pouting when I tell them, baby, I can't stay. Don't be mad, these the rules of the game. I'm not the one to possess. I'm the one you call when the world got you stressed. I'm the one to pull up when you looking like a mess. I'm the one you see when your boyfriend ain't treating you the best. Damn, I'm him in every way. Come pull up, you can come to my place. We can get to the check. My life is a hustle, baby girl, learn the puzzle like, Hey, look, hey, is that your bitch? Bet she leaving with Vince. Look, hey, is that your bitch? Why she leaving with Vince? Shit, hey, is that your bitch? Damn, she leaving with Vince. Look, so yeah, that's that freestyle I thought I'd kick off for y'all. Hopefully you guys liked it. It's episode 15, so we about to get to it. We're just gonna jump right in. Let's go. Woo! Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, now introduce it to the mics. I always had the style to pop. 100 on my fist and 100 on my watch. What's going on, you freaking Taiwanese boba drinkers? How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good or what? You got your liquids in place? You got your fluids all right? You hydrated? Because I heard you got to make sure everything's liquefied. I was talking to somebody in the finance world. They were telling me you want to make sure everything's liquefied, all your assets and all that. And I was looking at them like, bro, I don't even make that much money to know what the fuck you're talking about. But all right then, I like that. That sounds kind of cool. Liquefy everything. Everything in your cupboard's liquefied. Throw it in a blender. Make sure that shit's liquefied. Everything in your freaking house, liquefy that shit. No more bed. You got a water bed. Throw it back to the 1990s with it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I was like, man, I'm going to kick that knowledge to the next person because I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, all right, for sure. How you going to liquefy this dollar, though? I was like, you ever try to grab water? That shit's not easy. Why would you want to liquefy it? But whatever. Um, yeah, man. You ever get so tired of tying your shoes, you just fucking triple knot them bitches? Like, go ahead and triple knot your shoelaces right now, then look down at your feet. Tell me they don't look like little tiny castles, little Chinese castles. Um, yeah, man. You freaking tie them bitches on so tight, you ain't never gonna take your shoes off again. But you don't care because you gonna flex hard at work tomorrow when you pull up with them freaking new Jordan 11s. You gonna flex on that RN who said you never had a chance with her. Now all of a sudden you got a chance, huh? That's funny how that works out. Um, yeah, man. You ever get like that though? You so tired you just don't want to do anything anymore. You're just like whatever about it. Like you're supposed to go pick up your granny's medication, right? Her prescription across town. And you over here like, I don't want to do that. I'm freaking tired. You know. We got some aloe vera, freaking Tylenol and ketchup packets at the house. Granny's gonna make it. Granny's gonna be all right. If she needs some warmth, go ahead and put some Taheem on her forehead. Wrap her in a little freaking blanket. And then rub some icy hot on the bottom of her feet. Granny is gonna make it. Don't even worry about it. Because that's how I'm feeling, man. I'm surviving off of like 16 hours of sleep, baby girl. I don't got time to freaking get back to a text message. I'm over here falling asleep. If a girl was to come over, I'll fall asleep right on her tit. Or if you see me at the grocery store, I'm in the produce section freaking laying on top of some kiwis, getting my slumber on. You know what I'm talking about? I'll freaking put sunglasses on and fall asleep at a library while holding a book. That way it just looks like I'm hella concentrated. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. So that's how I've been feeling. And people keep telling me the same shit. Hey, Vince, you got to prioritize your health. You got to get your sleep. You better get those 8 hours of sleep in. I'm like, where the fuck you finding 8 hours of sleep at? Trying to find 8 hours of sleep is like trying to find a little fucking Easter egg. You know what I'm saying? I got to call my freaking vacation rep just to book a freaking 8 hour sleep. I'm lucky if I get 5. I just got too much shit going on right now. I got too much stuff in my life to get 8 hours of sleep. That almost sounds like a vacation to me, for real. And even when I get sleep, my freaking dentist telling me, bro, you grinding in your sleep. And I was like, always, I'm a hustler like that. Yeah, man. And I don't know, something about getting 8 hours of sleep just kind of sounds a little sus to me, You telling me you laying somewhere unattended and unaware of what's going on around you for 8 hours? Huh? You go over here with your freaking mouth open as an invitation to some ghost wiener? Nah, bro, I'm cool off of that. You can hold that. You can keep that. I'm cool off of that. I'd rather freaking pass out in a freaking McDonald's drive-thru. I'd rather be hooked up to a caffeinated IV. You know what I'm talking about? Sleep is important though. You want to make sure you get, you some sleep. I think it's really smart if you start going to the gym, kind of wake up that natural energy that you got inside your freaking stomach. Eat healthy, eat those freaking rare earth minerals. You know what I'm talking about? Just take just take a bite of that shit. It's just hard in the beginning because when you ain't working out and then you try to work out, it's just so tough in that beginning phase to get into it. You got to wake up at 4 a.m. to go for a jog. Bro, come on. Or you got to freaking swap out French fries for freaking asparagus and kale smoothie. You want to freaking liquefy that shit. And I'm just like, damn, bro, you telling me I can't have one carb? I can't have one carb? Bro, it's like everything I like's a carb, bro. Are you kidding me? I can't have one carb? You gotta eat, you gotta change your whole diet. You gotta turn it into a little fucking iguana, bro. You gotta freaking you gotta start getting back in the gym type shit. But the trade-off is you put yourself through that difficult time in the beginning. And the trade-off is you get bitches at the end, So you gotta do what you gotta do at that point. So You got to get in the gym and get slim, you know? What up, Slim? Hey, Slim, I see you right there, Slim. You looking slim, Slim. You know, that's that old school black dude trying to hype you up because he sees you on your shit, you know? Yeah, man. That's what I'm up to. It's freaking Easter today. I don't got too much plans. I mean, I got a date later on today. I don't know. It's still up in the air though. She hasn't got back to me yet. But you know, I met her not too long ago. We going to you know, get a coffee or whatever. She's into cats and shit like that. So we're going to a cat cafe. I don't know. When I think about a cat cafe, apparently it's like a Starbucks with cats at it. And if you were to ask me, that shit sounds kind of weird, you know? Like who the fuck wants to go drink a coffee with some freaking cat hair on the top of the lid? Or you know, the smell of cat urine when you walk in. I'm not trying to do all that. But you know, the girl I'm talking to, she got a lot of good assets that makes up a good girlfriend, you know, emphasis on the ass part. So you know, we gotta go to a couple cat cafes when that happens, you know? Yeah, man, it just seems kind of weird though. You know, you go show up to a cat cafe, you freaking drinking your coffee, and this little freaking cat sits on your lap after taking a shit in a fucking kitty box, a kitty litter box, you know, or like you just over there sitting at a table scanning the room and you see somebody over there freaking popping allergy pills like muscle relaxers. They're freaking having withdrawals because they got allergic reaction to freaking cats and the freaking dandruff they got on them. Face all red, looking like they're ready to sneeze, but they're acting like everything's all right. I don't know if I'm into that, you know? So yeah, we got that going on today. I'm kind of excited about it, you know. I've never been to a cat cafe, so we're going for the experience and the vibes. We're gonna see what that's about. I gotta go ahead and get ready though. I gotta get fresh and shit like that. I gotta get my hair cut, you know, gotta get my beard trimmed. And I really gotta address the pubic jungle I got growing down there. You know what I'm saying? And apologies if that's TMI or too graphic, but you know, I kind of got like a little ecosystem down there right now. Little freaking you know, just rainforest, freaking howling monkeys down there. So I got to go ahead and you know, landscape that shit. You know, you could probably hire like a hairstylist to freaking braid my shit. That's how long my freaking pubic hair is getting right now. And you know, I can pull up my freaking penis can pull up with some cornrows if you into that. You know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, man, I pull up, my shit look like Post Malone from that music video, White Iverson. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, we got to get all fresh and shit, you know. Just thinking about it, I'm kind of like, I don't even want to go anymore because that sounds like a lot of work. I'd rather just kick it on the pod for a little bit or whatever. But, you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, what's going on? This is the 5th of the month or whatever. It's freaking April 5th, you know, 2026. It's Easter Day. And, you know, people are hyped up about it. You know, there's someone right now this morning freaking hiding eggs somewhere, putting the freaking web or somewhere. You know, putting it on top of the fucking house, knowing no one's going to find that egg, you know. But people are still putting them up there. You know, kids are getting ready to go on a scavenger hunt. This is the closest thing a kid has ever been to like a caveman, you know what I'm saying? Because they over here freaking, they hunted for that shit. You know, and whatever they find, they keep. They get to eat that. So it's like caveman activities as a young child. That's kind of how I looked at it. And Easter was fun for me growing up. You know, my family, they were very competitive. You know, they're always wanting to compete at little things, even like Easter, for example. So, you know, we would get together, they would put this egg hunt on, and, you know, my uncle would get his sons versus me and my brother and like my other cousins. You know, we'd find out like what sibling group had the most eggs at the end of the day, you know. But my fucking dad would put like eggs in random spots, bro. He'd make it so hard to find freaking eggs, you know. And they were the ones that had the freaking gold on them. You'd hear that there was like $20. You'll hear a rumor that there was like $20 in one of them. You're like, damn, you know. Yeah, as a kid, bro, you get hyped for that. You're like, all right, for sure, bro. I'm about to freaking hunt until my freaking the bottom of my feet bleed. I ain't coming in until I find that $20. And yeah, bro, my dad would put shit on top of the roof. He put shit in places you would never think, like a car muffler or whatever. And I'm like thinking back, like that's kind of dangerous, because what if someone was to reverse on you? But that's my dad though. Shout out to him. Um, yeah, man, and we would do it though. We were hyped up. We were ready to go freaking, search the end of time to find these eggs, bro. My fucking my brother would and he my brother would do the most too. Me and him would go freaking, we'll freaking scavenge for some stuff. We'll freaking cross the 10 freeway if we found out the gold egg was over there. We'll freaking swim past the riverbank just to make sure we get more fucking eggs than anybody else type shit. So that was Easter for us. And we're a Mexican family, so we had that freaking we didn't have an Easter bunny. We had fucking Esther, Esther freaking hiding his freaking huevos places. Esther coming around. Esther putting his freaking eggs in the freaking basket, homie. That's the kind of bunny we had. And our bunny wasn't a white bunny. He was he had like a little fucking brown to him. He looking like he didn't even look like a bunny, bro. I don't know what he was, but he wasn't regular, is what I'm saying. He had some deformities, and he talked like this. My name is Esther, dog. I put fucking little razor blades in your egg, dog. Esther was putting all types of weird shit, bro. He was a perv too. I freaking put some semen in an egg for you to go find or whatever. Putting freaking bolts and shit for all types of different projects he was working on. He was trying to freaking put eggs in the back of your freaking shirt or whatever. He was trying to get too comfortable with you is what I'm saying. Freaking Esther. My name is Esther, dog. I had freaking webbles. So yeah, man, that was what we did for Easter growing up. It was funny though. We were always kind of like trying to find out like, who got the gold egg, because we would try to negotiate with them. Like, I'll give you 15 eggs for just $1, bro. Just $1. We're trying to make, we were trading and shit like that, and then you find the egg and it's a heavy ass egg, bro. You're like, damn, this shit heavy. It was all quarters, bro. It never equaled up to $20. It was like $4.28 or whatever. It wasn't even a $5 or anything like that. It was just a bunch of change that was probably in your freaking pocket, and they just put it in the egg. So that was kind of fun. Those were Easter egg hunts at my household. What else? We have those freaking eggs you smash on people's heads and shit like that. There were so many family beefs after Easter when that happened. Someone pulls up with a freaking egg and just crushes that shit on your head, bro. Just fucking, taking all their frustration they had against you on that freaking crush, And nobody held back on anybody at my household, You could be a freaking woman, bro. And my freaking oldest cousin will just fucking millywop your shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those freaking little bro. Those would start so many wars, bro. People getting into it over fucking confetti eggs, bro. And you'd be paranoid. You turn the corner, you're freaking eating food, and you turn the corner, and somebody boom smashes you in the face with an egg, bro. I don't care who you are. You get smashed in the face with a freaking egg, bro. You upset. Don't turn it on me like I'm a bad person or I got all this aggression, bro. You go get smacked in the face by an egg and tell me that don't piss you off. So that's what Easter was. We had all different types of food. We had, menudo usually and shit like that, which I never thought was a good dish to have, especially when people are freaking smacking eggs over your head, Because not only is the confetti getting in the soup, but you got a chance of spilling that shit all over your outfit. Now you kind of burnt up, Now you're really hot, you know what I'm talking about? So that was Easter for us over here at this household. We freaking we have just one of those big ass chocolate bunnies and shit like that. All my cousins, we'd be looking at it like, damn, bro, I want the foot or whatever. Or I want a piece of that ear right there, that earlobe. So that's kind of what we were into. What else did we do? Yeah, man. I mean, Easter, I mean, I'm grown now. I'm 28. Someone asked me, they're like, what are you going to do for Easter? I'm like, bro, I'm fucking grown, bro. What are you talking about? I ain't doing shit for Easter. But then I got to thinking, like, oh, yeah, my brother got nephews. You know, I don't got kids. So, you know, it's cool when I get to see my nephews and shit. Them little badasses. They're bad, bro. I don't know where they learned it from. They're just bad for no reason. You know, they're just always starting some shit, always getting into some shit. You know, I kind of don't even want to go over there because I know they're about to freaking smash some eggs on me, bro. They're going to be like, ora, found you, Esther. You know, they'll probably beat Esther's ass, bro, for real. That's how crazy my nephews are. But yeah, that's what I got planned. My dad's throwing a little barbecue or whatever, so we'll probably go over there, see what's up. But yeah, man, that's kind of what I got going on this weekend. What else did I do? I saw some inspiring shit this week. Shout out to Danny Rich. He's some kid I went to school with. And I don't mean kid like he's a little child. I mean like he's somebody I went to school with. And he kind of got into film like right after school. I remember him telling me about this. And it was pretty cool to see that you know, he continued his schooling and his path into film. And he developed a movie, bro. He directed a whole ass movie that's in theaters. Well, at least it was in the Ontario theater. I don't know how it works with film, like if you gotta get it, you know, published or whatever, but I seen it in a movie theater and it was pretty dope. I mean, because a lot of people could create some shit like a podcast or whatever, but the fact that this dude created a movie, you know what I'm saying, and then put it in a theater and then sold tickets and sold out the whole theater that shit was inspiring. Like it was inspirational, you know? So shout out to Danny, you know, congratulations on the stuff that you're doing. I strictly went for like, you know, inspiration. I like stuff like that because it just shows you like what can really happen if you stay with something for as long as you want, you know? I think he's been in film for like 10 years. So it's like, damn, after 10 years, he's got a movie in the theater, which is pretty dope. I'm going to put it on the screen. You guys should go check it out and send him a follow on Instagram. He's a pretty cool guy. So I did that this week. What else did I do? I didn't really do much. I had a lot of work, so I got caught up with work a lot. But I feel like one thing that has been on my mind is a lot of people have been kind of like stuck in this fear aspect of where the world's at right now. You know, everybody's kind of fearful. Everybody's scared. Everybody's worried on what's going on in the world, bro. And I want to take a second to be like, man, fuck all that, you know? Don't be scared, bro. You know? I get it. I mean, I'm not saying it lightly because there is some crazy shit going on in the world, you know? Someone's granny got freaking shot by a bazooka, bro. And that's crazy, you know? There's freaking war. The price of shit's going up. Everything's expensive. There's just so much going on right now. So one thing I like to watch whenever I get you know, scared of some shit is kind of like I like to watch this video because it makes me have some courage in myself, you know. Watch, let me show you guys this video real quick.
I'm straight. I'm good, but are you good?
Nigga, I'm always be good. Nigga, don't ever ask a nigga like that. No, a nigga like me that questions. You see that motherfucker right there, nigga, I ain't never not been good. I'm trying to find a nigga around here that ain't good so I can do something to his ass.
Don't ever ask nobody like me no question like that, you know? I've never not been good, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that confidence in yourself. I never not been good. I've always been good. Don't ever ask me no question like that. Am I scared? Don't ever ask me no question like that. Am I scared? I ain't never not been scared, you know what I'm saying? So I like to watch that whenever I'm getting into some type of, you know, fearful thoughts or whatever. But yeah, man, I mean, honestly, I would just say there's shit that we can't control on this earth, you know? There's a lot of stuff that is out of our control. So I get it. It is scary stuff, but at the same time, don't stress yourself out or put yourself into a freaking ball of fear, you know, and you just sitting in the corner scared for your whole life when it's like the world's going, bro. You got to get up. You know, even if some fearful shit does go down and it shows up at your door, you got to be, even if you are scared, you got to have that courage to be like, you know what? You got to trick your own self into saying, I'm not scared. You know, you can be scared, but you got to be a lion on the outside, you know? And when it shows up at your door, you're just like, well, fuck it then. What's really going down, you know? So that would be my advice to all these people who are saying, you know, shit's fearful right now. A lot of crazy things are going on in society, which I do understand and I do see myself, but I choose not to be afraid of that kind of stuff. Like, you can control what you can control in your life, you know? And if that shit shows up, then it shows up and you got to handle it like a real person would. So that's something I wanted to share with people because I feel like everybody's been voicing that a little bit, you know? Shit is getting expensive. I know I went to freaking Starbucks the other day and got a fucking cheese Danish and a freaking coffee, a cold brew. That shit cost me $17 and a freaking DNA test. I was like, God damn. Like, shit's expensive, bro. And they don't even make a tip option anymore. They just roll it over into your freaking bill nowadays. So I'm like, damn, bro. You know, $20 from that freaking gold egg wouldn't even pay off what I just paid at Costco, bro. Costco's a scam, bro. I get it. You get like so much stuff, right? You get like 15-year supplies, but it's like 15 times your actual base salary at your job, bro. It's just out of hand right now. You know, people say go wait at Costco for gas. That's the cheapest gas you can get. They don't even got prices on their gas. We just trusting what somebody else told us. Shit's getting out of hand. You know, there's just so much going on. But it's like, you know, we got to make sure we stand tough, we stand strong, and we keep our head up high. So that's what's going on this week. I mean, I didn't really do much. My week's still not over. I'm about to, do a little activities with the family or whatever. We're going to see what they're up to. Go see if my freaking nephews found Ester and threw them on the grill, because that's how crazy they are. They'll probably freaking cook Ester. They'll be like, freaking Ester the bunny? Let me get his freaking ears, dog. That's my nephews right there. That's Sean. Yeah, man, so that's kind of what I did. I'm trying to think what else I can share with you guys before I wrap it up. I mean, I don't really got too much really to say this week. I'm trying to think of like dig deep for a second, but it's kind of tough, I just been so caught up with work. Work's going good. I mean, we're crushing it every month, so I'm happy about that. And I want to say again, I know I shouted you guys out earlier, but I really do want to say thanks for everybody supporting the pod, everybody providing their feedback, or everybody who's contributing in some type of way, whether it's giving opinions or whether it's sharing, tips and tricks of how to run a pod or whatever. Appreciate you guys. And, it makes me happy when people see that I have a vision and they want to buy into the vision by contributing to it. And that's cool. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for anything else. If you like what I'm doing and you want to contribute by just being around, that's cool, But I'm not carrying nobody at the same time, bro. I don't mean it as like I'm going to carry you with me. I mean, like, I appreciate you guys. And I want you guys more involved. If you want to go ahead and, shout out to any type of situation that you're going through, go ahead and put it in the comments and I'll talk about it. Or DM me on Instagram or whatever. And I'll make sure to get to your topics that you want me to talk about. I need to get some sleep. I'm freaking tired, bro. I've been just freaking staying up. Like, it's not even that I'm not tired. I just got so much shit in front of me right now that's like, I got to take care of that. I can't really go to sleep and push it off for much more. So I got to take care of it. But it's all right. I'm not trying to complain by any means. I'm just telling you what's going on through my brain right now, My brain's like, dog, get some fucking sleep, fool. You're like a fucking Dracula, dog. I'm over here just fucking falling asleep while standing up sometimes, I don't care, though. We'll be fine. And, hopefully this date goes well. I got to get freshened up, maybe buy some new shoes and some new clothes. That way I can compete with these fucking Siamese cats that we're going to go see. And cats, bro, they always, whenever they find a place they want to chill at, they start doing this shit, I'm a fucking yank a cat and throw it across the room if they try to do that to my woman. You know what I'm saying? She's not my woman. We're not there yet. We'll see what happens though. And yeah, man, that's kind of all I got today. We're gonna figure out what else to talk about next week. And you know, I'm happy that you guys are continuing to, you know, show up every week. And thanks for being patient with me. I know this is something that it's like, damn, how much more growth is gonna happen? Well, it's happening. It's just taking its time. So, and I'm okay with that as long as you know, we continue to grow. We'll be fine. So, yeah, man. Hopefully, you guys have a good Easter. Enjoy your time with your family. If you don't really do Easter, that's cool. It's still a good Sunday. It's nice out. Maybe go for a walk or whatever, and kind of like just, you know, stare at some fucking you know, some clouds move and kind of like form that shit into your next vision or whatever. All right, y'all. Well, hey, thanks for tapping in with VinnyVin. Deuce.
That's just dancing slow-mo.